So how did you decide to become artist?
In fact, it was something like this. First, I was a studying engineer, electric engineer. I would like to make some games. I was very lost because I'm not such an electronic guy.
Computer games?
Yeah, there was no computer in that time. There was like Atari, Space Invaders, these things. And then, but everybody talks about, for example, microwave ovens in the class or in the bar after. I thought it was not so cool. And I was studying a lot of astronomy in that time. Then I began to
interesting art.
I give up the university and I decided to make another test for another university to study astronomy. Okay. I failed in the test. So I went to Bahia. I was really lost, but for me it was good. I didn't mind to be lost. It was great to be lost. It's wonderful. I would like to be lost now. Because when you are lost, everything is possible. No? Okay. So anyway, sometimes being an artist maybe is keep yourself a little bit lost to make possible where everything or makes everything possible. Sometimes, at least when you are inside of the gallery, inside of your studio, in front of a piece of paper.
Your artworks in the gallery and museum seems use the whole space. Are you trying to, create like an environment? Because you are not just creating a single sculpture or artworks, right? You are using the space.
Yeah, I use everything that's possible. I try to sometimes to control a little bit to don't use too much. But back to the beginning, I failed on the test. I went to Bahia. Then I met a friend who was a painter. We made a friend that was a painter, old guy, Italian. And I don't know, I tripped a lot with him, like on the painting. Then I found a girl. We became to date each other. She was from Rio De Janeiro. Said, yeah, but there is a course of sculpture in clay in Parque Lage. Because when I was 16, I tried to begin to study sculpture at the Museum of Modern Art, but I get scary because there would be too many artists there.
Okay.
And still today, I'm very scared about the artists, because they are so unpredictable people. But who are not? And then I have the first class there. I began to make a sculpture there. The guy said to me, don't look to everything, it's very academic. Go to yourself. I teach you how to do, but don't look to them. I began to do, and I did the first one. I looked at that thing and said, that's what I want to do. Let's try to find what's that, and that's what I'm trying to do till today,
And I saw a picture of you actually sewing your artworks. Do you believe, like being an artist, do you actually making the art yourself?
I like to make the art.
Yeah.
For example, many pieces that you see from mine, I didn't sew it, but the people who sew it had learned with me. I know how to sew. If I have any problem, I'm gonna know how to do. I like to do this stuff. I really like to do. I am my own technician.
Okay.
Of course, I discuss with people who work with me, but the problem of how to put something up is really what's interesting for me.
That's true.
How to put something in the world. If you're gonna put an idea in the world, the idea should stand up to it. It's better to contract somebody else to put your idea up.
Exactly.
Because being stand up is part of the idea in itself for me. So I really like to make it. That's how I said to you. Important. I was making that sculpture in clay, and then I realized, that's what I want to do in my life. Of course, I love to read, I love to talk, and I like to discuss things, but I wouldn't just read, having ideas, and ask somebody to do it for me. I would miss the most important part for me.
So you enjoy the process of making?
I think the process are incredible, and the process has been changing and changing and changing in my life, pretty much.
Also, your artwork is like site-specific, right? You adapt your artwork to like the Pacific site.
Yeah, very much. Very much. I would say that the specific site is the land that stimulates very much the development of my work. Okay. So a lot of things that I have found, that I have discovered, was because I had been invited for exhibitions. Many one here in US, some in Europe too, in Japan, in Brazil too, but a lot here, especially in the beginning. In the beginning of one moment that it was that my work became to be even more attach it to the space, you know.
So you have the idea first, or you have the idea after you visited the space?
You know, the idea in itself, it doesn't, it never comes alone, you know. The idea normally comes from the relationship that I'm having with my work.
Okay.
Before that, you know. For example, sometimes I am like, I am researching in that area, you know. So then I invite him to make the work on this thing, and I have to just make another work in the back, and then the place that I'm gonna work, in a way, is gonna catch this area that I am research inside of the world of my work, you know.
So the artwork actually changes during the process of design.
Totally.
Yeah.
I think if you have an idea, my point, I don't think art should be like that. But for me, art is like that. If I have an idea and I make this, if I have an idea and I make this idea, I have an idea and then the result is exactly the idea I had, there's no art for me.
Yeah.
Because art should be something between we and the gods, we and the infinite, we and the whatever, the devil if you want. Yeah. But we with something supernatural, something that goes beyond us. See, something that you can have so much control of it, that is going to be exactly what we thought, exactly what we had in our mind. What's the point to do it? Yeah. Better to do something else, go to the movies, you know, whatever, I don't know, have a beer.
Okay, last question. What's your current project?
Okay, I'm doing a crazy exhibition for...
You have exhibition all over the world.
So. No, in London, at the Hayward Gallery. I'm doing an exhibition in Cincinnati too, that in the end is going to be a very special in relation to my work, because it's going to be with plastic, inflatable things. It's kind of the same structure, but with different materials that I never had. I mean, I had worked with air, but not with the plastic in this way. But the thing that is making me really crazy, and that's why I make it maybe opening space for this adventure in Cincinnati, is the exhibition that I'm preparing for the Hayward Gallery.
Great. We are looking forward to your new works. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.